Okay, hello and good morning everyone. Welcome to JFD Brokers Traders Espresso with me, Darius Unchauskas. Today is the 10th of August 2018. So welcome everyone, welcome to this last trading day for this week. And yeah, welcome to Friday morning, where we're going to have a look at a few instruments, and yep, we're going to see how they're working out right now. And but before we do that, of course, let's quickly have a read through our risk disclaimer. So the content we produce does not constitute investment advice or investment recommendation, should not be considered as such, and does not in any way constitute an invitation to acquire any financial instrument or product. As always, a few seconds for you to read the rest and we can continue. Also, just a very quick reminder of our JFD Brokers website and specifically, specifically our research page here, which we update on a daily basis. We throw out different trading shout-outs, different trading technical analysis, and yeah, feel free to check us out. And I believe you can find a lot of useful stuff here. But right now, let's have a look at the charts. Now, the first one I want to touch on is the FTSE 100. Now, FTSE continues to trade within this rising channel formation. As you can see, we did have a breakthrough this one, but that was last week. And it actually quickly got back by the end of the week. It got back inside this rising channel, and this week we have continued to move higher. And certainly now the big question is, of course, are we gonna just drop lower here again? Because as you can see, yesterday we closed the day with a bearish candle, and we were not far from this area that I'm keeping an eye on, this 77.55 mark. Now, certainly if this kind of yesterday's weakness is going to have a follow-up and into today as well, then well, keep a close eye on the, of course, the yesterday's lows at around 77.15 mark, and of course the lower bound of the rising channel. Now, this is what's in regards to the downside, and like I said, this week we could maybe see a potential move of something like this. Let me just draw it quickly here. So where the lower bound of the rising channel could hold again, and we could see maybe another push higher here, and basically this drop could be seen as a perfect opportunity for the bulls to kind of jump in again. So but of course, for now, keep a close eye on this level right here at around 77.50. I understand that we are slightly below this, but we could see a bit of trading happening here around this level, and if we do get a rebound from this 77.50, then well, aim for the next potential area of resistance. As you can see that on Wednesday it didn't manage to kind of break through this one, so that level was around the 77.95 mark. Now this level kind of proved to be as quite important area of resistance a few times here in the past, and the first one time, well, the most recent time was the 14th of June, and before that it was the January of this year as well. So that's why this level, the 77.95, becomes quite an important one to watch. If we do get a break here above, then well, all eyes fall on the upper bound of the rising channel. So for now, certainly keep a close eye on this one. Be very careful with today's trading. I mean, it could be a bit of a choppy one, but like I said, nevertheless, we could eventually squeeze something out of it. Let's jump into a few commodities. Now, one of the commodities I was asked yesterday to kind of cover in my video, but I do apologize, I saw the message quite too late. So if in the future, guys, if you want me to cover something, please leave a message after the video is uploaded, and I will be happy to review that instrument in my next video. So gold, one of the instruments which was asked, it was gold. Now gold continues to trade here within this range, and to be honest, at the moment we're going to continue monitoring this range, and this range is between the 1205 and the 1215 areas, certainly until it gets out of it, until we see a nice break and a close either below this 1205, we're not gonna kind of touch this commodity, this precious metal, or unless, like I said, it makes a move higher here and breaks the 1215 and closes above that level as well. So for now, like I said, we're just keep on monitoring this one, and we're gonna just see where it wants to go from here, which of the sides of the range it wants to break, because at the moment, like I said, it is too difficult to make a call here. Certainly the prevailing trend is still to the downside, but to be honest, we can see that the 1205 continues to play out as a good area of support. Now the 1205 has been seen here as a very strong support around the actually July last year, and from which, as you can see, we had this nice spur to the upside. So we could see maybe something like this happening again, but to be honest, if we get a break below this 1205, now this could turn out to be ugly for the precious metal, and we could target then the 1195 level, which was marked here by the lows of approximately around the March 2017. So good level to watch, certainly on the path towards that. It could reach the psychological 1200 as well, but like I said, the 1195 kind of appeals us more. And that's what's in regards to gold. If gold actually breaks to the upside here and breaks and closes above the 1215, then, well, we could aim for this area here at around 1237. Now, as you can see, it proved to be a quite important zone, and especially, as you can see, it acted as a very strong support here in December 2017, from which the yellow metal also made a strong move higher. Let's jump into another commodity quickly, and that's WTI, and this is what I was talking about yesterday. So I was talking about this little level right here at around 67.15. so we did have a small break above this, but actually never closed above that level. So to be honest, now it looks to be more to the downside rather than the upside, and as long as we trade below this below the 67.15, and this, we're still going to remain more bearish on this one, and especially if we're going to see a break below this low here that we had on Wednesday, and if we going to break below the 66.30 area approximately there, this is where it could become more interesting for the bears, as they could maybe drive this one lower towards the 64.25 mark approximately there, and which also coincides here with this 200 EMA, which also could prove to be quite an important area of support. So for now, certainly, if, let's say, to mark a potential trade idea here, this could look something like this. So let me just quickly adjust this quickly, and there we go. So if we, for example, we look for a possible break here on the around the 66.30, the area that we would be aiming for could be this 64.25, maybe even slightly above that a little bit, just in case. But our stop loss here, we could place it just slightly, maybe around the around the yesterday's high, so in order to kind of protect ourselves, but it's just slightly above the level, the 67.15 level that I was talking about. So this could be a potential good idea for a possible trade, but like I said, for that we would need to see a good confirmation move below the 66.30 level. And that's what's in regards to some commodities. Let's have a look at the a few pairs now. So Aussie dollar, the first one I want to touch on, and this is where we were trading at yesterday. In the morning, we were still hanging around this area here, around this level, around the 0.7445 level. But as you can see, we've made a strong move lower yesterday, and today we're continuing to push down. The euro is getting hit as well. I mean, I'll jump into that after this, and as you can see, we're getting closer now to the lower bound of this range that the Aussie dollar continues to trade in, and this lower side of the range is around 0.7315 mark. Now, if we do get a break and a close below this level today, now this could turn out to be quite ugly for the pair, and we could see further declines. But for now, all eyes are on this level. Let's see what it wants to do with it. if it actually rebounds and moves higher back up again, now certainly this could we still could be very cautious with the downside. But as you can see by this 4-hour chart, I mean, we are quite looking bearish right now, and but like I said, at the moment all eyes are on this level, on the 0.7315. Let's see what it wants to do with it. If it rebounds nicely, we could then aim for a possible test of this 0.7345 mark that it broke through just recently. So yep, guys, keep an eye on it, and especially keep an eye on this lower bound of the range. Let's jump into euro dollar. Now euro dollar is in the selling mode, and certainly, as you can see, finally we got our break here below the 115.100 level, the long-awaited break. And certainly from here, to be honest, if the euro kind of doesn't get back above this level today, above the 115.100, now this could turn out to be ugly for the euro as well, the euro dollar I'm talking about, and we could see further declines, maybe even towards this 113.70 or even lower towards the 113 mark. Now for now, of course, keep a close eye on these levels. We could maybe see something like a reversal back to the upside, where we could test these levels again. Certainly a good one to watch here is the 114.800. Now the 114.800, just to kind of point out what was the level there, it was the let me just go back in here, and the 114.80 has been the low that we saw here around the 20th of July last year. So this could be the initial area of resistance, if let's say the pair would like to go back higher and test some of the areas higher here. So yep, we could see maybe this one getting hit, and then from either getting rejected, then either we could get rejection from the 114.80, or even actually a rejection from the 115.100 again. So certainly for now, this is looking more bearish than bullish, and it's quite difficult to talk about the upside. But nevertheless, like I said, keep a close eye on this one, as this could continue dropping further. And the last pair that I really wanted to touch on, and that's USDJPY. Now the USDJPY, looking at this 4-hour chart, we're still above this key area of support here at around 110.60, but to be honest, we're below this short-term upside support line that has been running here since around the 29th of May. And for now, we're very cautious on this one. Still, we're looking more to the downside, but to be honest, a good confirmation of the downside could be a nice break and a close below the 110.60 level, and this is where we could start aiming for lower levels like 109.40. So for now, keep a close eye on it. If this pair suddenly gets back above this upside support line here, for us to start considering higher levels, we would need to see a nice good break and a close above this key area of resistance at around 111.50. Okay, guys, that's what's in regards to these instruments. So I hope you have a good European session today. I mean, be very careful. It seems like it's going to be an interesting one today. So yep, I hope you have a good day. And if you want to join me later on my Traders Tea Time, and that's 13:15 GMT, 14:15 British Summer Time. But for now, thank you very much, and bye-bye.